Hey there guys, welcome back to a new video, and I hope you guys are doing great today. And today we are taking a look at Uncanny Valley on TikTok. And what does Uncanny Valley mean? Well, I got the definition pulled up for you guys right here. The Uncanny Valley is a psychological phenomenon where human-like robots or CGI designed to look nearly identical to real people invoke feelings of creepiness, discomfort, or revulsion in viewers. It represents a dip in comfort when something is almost, but not quite, human, triggering a weirded out response. So, that's what Uncanny Valley means. I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the Uncanny Valley already. Like, it's all over TikTok. It's been around for years, but if not centuries, but here we are in 2026 and we are still fascinated by the Uncanny Valley. With all that being said, I guess we should get started on taking a look at a few videos on TikTok.
Why are our brains hardwired to panic when a face looks almost human but not quite? It's called the Uncanny Valley, and it might actually have some connections to our early evolution. The idea of the Uncanny Valley was first described by a Japanese roboticist. He noticed that the more human-like a robot became, the more people felt empathy for it, at first. As it crossed a certain line, instead of empathy, people felt discomfort, revulsion, and even fear. The effect dipped into the Uncanny Valley before coming back up again when it looked very human. And people felt this way about wax figures, prosthetics, and even CGI characters. But it begs a question, why have this instinct at all? Our brains are ancient, shaped by a world of predators and prey, not by movie monsters. It isn't until you realize that we lived alongside plenty of other human species. For most of our history, we weren't alone. We lived alongside Neanderthals, Denisovans, as well as stranger species like Homo floresiensis and Homo naledi. Going back even further to our ancestors, the world was much stranger. We lived alongside other species of human like Homo habilis, as well as the weird small-bodied Australopithecine. And you can't forget the large-jawed Paranthropus. At dusk, it would have been crucial to watch out for these other hominids. The Uncanny Valley may have helped our ancestors quickly recognize a rival species. Other species also had diseases that we wanted to avoid. In fact, the only reason we have genital herpes is because of this guy right here. It was actually Paranthropus that transmitted it to our species over 2 million years ago. Pleistocene Africa was freaky. The Uncanny Valley may have evolved as a way to avoid other species or diseases, and it's probably why we still hate the sight of almost human like in every horror movie. Because long ago, it wasn't just an uncomfortable instinct. It kept us alive.
So it basically just comes down to survival, and we have to be aware of all these other, species of humans, because as he said, they caused us harm, they gave us diseases, so thank you. I forgot the name of that human species, but thank you for that. Yeah, now we have to live with that for the rest of our human existence. But yeah, it's just a form of protecting ourselves and being aware of other, predators out there. Uncanny Valley, horror talk. Dude working as a cop, blah, blah, blah. That's right, we get paid for doing nothing. I love this job so much. Hey, why don't we play I Spy? Okay, you start. I Spy with my little eyes. It's your turn. I'm fed up with this game. One last round. Okay. I spy with my little eye something. Is there gonna be something in front of her or in the back seat? I think there's something wrong with my car. What? It looks strange. Or I think that's what she said. What do you mean? Bro just pops out like, hey cop, what are you doing? And she's just like, oh, hey, let's go hang out. I don't know. Don't run. Okay, remember what the video says, the title of it says don't run.
This is not a test. Due to the numerous mentions of the Uncanny Valley, there have been reports of recorded sightings of these humanoid creatures. Please lock your doors, stay inside, and find a safe space to hide if one makes its way in. Do not look at it. If you are lucky, it will leave. Please stay safe and God bless you all.
This isn't like a news report or something?
Don't run.
I'm going to make some coffee. Do you want some? Hell no. Okay. I'm not sure what is exactly going on.
I will. Thursdays this fall on NBC.
Oh, she's seeing herself. Okay, I don't know why I didn't understand that.
Did you see this video of a horse seeming to get Uncanny Valley when it met a donkey for the first time? And wonder, can animals get Uncanny Valley? And what does the science say is the real reason behind it? To answer the first question, yes, Uncanny Valley has been seen in at least monkeys. And I'm willing to bet it's pretty common in the animal kingdom. It's also not limited to just things that look human but aren't. This dog doesn't technically look like a human, but it does give me the creeps. The term Uncanny Valley was first coined by roboticist Masahiro Mori to describe people's discomfort when it comes to human-like robots. The term became more popular in 2004 with The Polar Express, a film that left children crying and leaving the theater. Now, there are a few different theories about what Uncanny Valley really is, and you can see down here with the body and zombies, those tend to make people pretty darn uncomfortable. You'll see a lot of people saying things like, somewhere in mankind's history, there was something that looked human, but wasn't. But the idea that it's just supposed to protect us from becoming ill by staying away from sick people, or people who are not alive, is not the whole story. In fact, we can track what's actually going on in the brain with Uncanny Valley, and it's not just reserved for illness. Humans are pattern-recognizing creatures. Any animal that's highly intelligent will be. So having our expectations of what something should look like violated tends to make us a little bit uncomfortable. I have been afraid of dolls my entire life. I could not have them as a child. We experience similar brain patterns when we see something that doesn't meet our expectations. This is Quasimodo. He has a short spine. It makes sense from an evolutionary perspective that when something doesn't seem quite right, you might feel uncomfortable. The same way when you're walking on a dark city street and it's just a little bit too quiet, you might get the creeps.
She was explaining first that animals or a horse can get like Uncanny Valley from another of its own species. I guess it makes sense, but I just never thought about it, because like they're also protecting themselves against like things that want to possibly harm them as well. So yeah, no, that makes sense.
Let's talk about this terrifying video going around Twitter, the Jinn Cave video. Now, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. You're either gonna find this extremely creepy or kind of funny. But this video was posted by Paranormal Video on Twitter, or X, whatever you call it, and it has 100,000 likes and a ton of reposts. It shows these men exploring a cave, and according to translations, they picked up a jinn stone. And jinn are basically spirits that have the ability to possess humans. And they're said to live in caves, graveyards, and basically anywhere where people don't visit. And that is apparently what they encounter in this video, a jinn. And it just looks Uncanny Valley. Like, let me just show you the video. Okay, here it is.
سند ليش قايل ايش؟ سند بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سند هذا هو مقبرة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم مين هو؟ اسمها السند اسمها السند سند كيف انت هيك يا سند؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم جهتك بالله رجع بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم جهتك بالله بقول لك.
So I came across something while they were in that cave. That tunnel thing.
جيب البخاخ جيب ارجع بسرعة انتظر هي يقول لك انتظر.
Ooh. It's not a funny comment. I was gonna read it, but I'll show you guys later.
اه طب رجع رجع رجع. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
But yeah, a lot of people on Twitter are talking about this guy. But
Oh,
listen,
okay.
fake or not, that's creepy. Whatever that is. But yeah, do you guys think this is fake? It's real? Let me know. Let me know.
So they came across a jinn in a cave, and it's called Jinn Cave. All right, so spirit cave, then ghost cave. The reason why people are creeped out is obviously because the guy, he looks very like uncanny, the way he's frozen just in place, and that's the reason why people are freaked out. Yeah, this was the comment that I was laughing at. It says the guy in the back, and then just shows the guy like in the corner, just like like freaked out. That's the reason why I laughed. Yeah, that my laugh was kind of stupid when I first laughed at it. Don't even worry about it, man. Don't even worry about it. It's okay. Whatever. Who cares? Uncanny resemblance. Oh, this is all AI, but nah, it's still freaky. Yeah, I mean, even AI, you know, AI tends to create like uncanny things. Like it doesn't fully understand how a human works, right? So basically the AI is getting all sorts of information from all over the place, you know, anywhere really. And it has instructions to tell the AI how to compute, you know, human movement and how to create a face. So then you just come up with AI slop. And it doesn't know how to properly make a human movement because it just doesn't understand how it is. It's just like instructions telling the AI how to make human beings, but not knowing how to correctly be a human being, if that makes sense. I mean, it's very technical. I don't know how it works. I'm not a technical person. So take it with a grain of salt, whatever I'm telling you, because it may not be true. I don't know, but that's just the way I understand it. But, yeah, go look it up. But that's just the way I think it works. I'm pretty sure. Ooh, you can't hide forever. Ooh. Uncanny Valley. Bro is like, I'm gonna enjoy my sunset while I smile at you so creepily. Yeah, you do that, bro. You deserve to chill out on a building and look at the sunset and turning around very creepily. You deserve it, bro. You deserve it, man.
Well, yes.
Literally Uncanny Valley.
Asperger's experience is trying to recreate things that other people do, except when I do it, looks a little bit funkier than perhaps I would like. Oh, interesting. Okay.
So basically, if you have Asperger's, you're basically just recreating and kind of reenacting other people's facial expressions or something like that. They don't really know how to respond to things. So I think that's how it is for people with Asperger's. And they're going to have like weird movements. And it's basically just based upon like whatever you see from other people. So something along that line. And I think that's what she's describing, like with her experience about having Asperger's. Help, it's 1 a.m. and I can't stop thinking about a post I saw that said Uncanny Valley shouldn't exist unless there was an evolutionary reason to be afraid of things mimicking humans. That was a long read. Stitch incoming.
There's actually a whole history on why this is the case. And it's because of this one time when someone was trying to go to this one, it's like a big restaurant place. It's kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese. And they were trying to go find their friend. Their friend contacted them over walkie-talkie. And so they went to the restaurant to go find their friend who was there. And I think the friend's name was Gregory. and the friend went there to the restaurant place and went to the basement where she thought that Gregory was. But when she got there, she didn't find Gregory. She found something much more sinister.
I don't really understand. Is he trying to be funny? That one guy who swears he's not biting his cheeks. Ooh. It's a weird pink dog. I think it's AI though. I don't think it's real. They made an uncanny valley filter. Is that real? Do they actually have one in the app? Wait, which filter though? I mean, like from which app? Like on TikTok or Snapchat or something? Well, I'm not gonna go and find it, but just curious. I don't know. Thought I'd ask. Gosh, guys, why do you guys always judge me? I'm just asking a question. Okay, that was really stupid. Okay.
Why didn't we notice this when we were kids?
Okay, but like, why is she like 17 and he's like 50? What?
Their faces always creep me out, but I still like the movie, and I used to watch it a lot when I was a kid. And if you guys don't know, this is called Monster House. I don't know if you guys want to watch it. It's a pretty good watch. I like it. But anyways, yeah, I always thought their faces were just very not natural. And I always used to get kind of creeped out by their faces. But like I said, I still watched it. I thought it was a pretty good film.
In 2007, the Korean AI prototype known as Honey attempted to manifest itself physically, resulting in a hybrid biological amalgam that tried to escape from the servers. These are the only security camera images that captured it before its escape. In 2007, the Korean AI prototype known as Honey attempted to manifest itself physically, resulting in a hybrid biological amalgam that tried to escape from the servers. These are the only security camera images that captured it before its escape.
So an amalgamation of human meat came out of the servers?
People or puppets?
Ooh, people or puppets? Hard to tell. Oh yeah, that guy. I remember seeing this video like a long time ago. Was it specifically this one? No, he has like a whole channel though, dedicated to moving like a puppet. So does she just like put prosthetics on her face? Or just puts on heavy coats of makeup? Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like the PBS shows that I used to watch back in the day. And I used to watch things with puppets, and I don't know, there was something called, was it Between the Lions or something? This was like way back then, like early 2000s, but they used to have like, you know, on PBS, like these weird puppet shows. They would have like these weird looking human puppets that would show up on screen, and that would interact with like the animal puppets is what I'm trying to say. They would kind of look like this lady right here, just eating the branches, eating the trees. So that's just what it reminds me of, like how some of these children's shows, you know, they're humans, don't exactly look human. They're, again, very uncanny. Oh, more of these guys. Uncanny Valley. Wait, is it? Yeah. You break into his house, and they celebrate Oh, it says 2024. So she just ended up on Earth, aliens dropped her off, or is she the alien? They're both aliens, I guess. Or were they experimented on? Who knows? It's up to interpretation, I guess.
Y'all ever think about how eerily close other primates are to being human beings? The first of my 3 examples of this phenomenon is a baboon named Jack, who lived in South Africa in the late 1800s, and what you don't understand about this little guy is he had a job. He worked as a railway signaler and somewhat of a personal assistant to his lifelong best friend and owner, James Wild. Around 1881, James had tragically lost both of his legs in a railway accident and was in fear of losing his job. That is until later that year he went to a market and found this baboon pulling an ox cart. Yes, you heard me correctly, Jack already had a job. This man had a resume. Jack quickly built up such a good reputation that the railway started to pay him 20 cents a day and half a beer a week. It said in the 9 years that he worked for the railway, he never made a mistake. My second example of this phenomenon comes from maybe the greatest Netflix documentary of all time, Chimp Empire. I beg you to check this out. While I could easily make probably 100 videos about the weirdly humanoid behaviors that the chimps portray in this documentary, there's one that really shook me. Just for a bit of context, the documentary follows 2 warring troops of chimpanzees. One is the bigger central troop that controls most of the resources. The other is the smaller western troop that's fighting to take over. I know this already sounds like every human conflict ever, but stick with me here. One of the chimps in the central group is named Pork Pie. Yes, you heard me right. Pork Pie, the man, the myth, the legend. The Pork Pie was towards the bottom of the pecking order in the central troop, and a lot of times would wander on the outskirts of the troop, not bothering anybody. Then one night, attempting to make a power play, some of the chimps from the western troop come along and stomp Pork Pie to death. But the part that still gives me chills when I think about it is when they all found him there. Because there's this surreal sequence of events where they all look at him and poke him and look up and around at each other, and without speaking a single word, they all say, "This man was murdered and we know who did it." And just like that, once again, without speaking a single word, they all unanimously make the decision to go to war to avenge their friend. My third and final example is Travis. Travis was one of, if not the best trained chimp to ever live. Raised since he was a baby by his owner Sandra, by the time he was an adult, he could use keys to open doors, he could dress himself, he could log into the family computer, and about a bajillion other things you would only ever trust to a human being. He did TV shows, Coca-Cola ads, one time he was even on Maury. Then one day, seemingly unprovoked and out of the blue, he mauled one of their family friends within an inch of her life. I'll spare you the gory details, but if you would like to know them, just look up Travis the Chimp on Google, it's everywhere. But despite the fact that we share 94% of our DNA with baboons like Jack, and 98.8% of our DNA with chimps like Travis. No matter how humanoid they may seem, no matter how helpful they could be in certain situations, they are not human beings and should never be treated as such. The correct answer will always be to leave these beautiful creatures alone and keep their habitats alive as long as we possibly can. Because at the end of the day, we're really just one big primate family.
I mean, yeah, haven't you ever seen, like, Planet of the Apes? Well, I think that does it for this video today. And that was pretty great looking at Uncanny Valley. I'm certainly interested in looking into more videos about Uncanny Valley. There's a ton of them, like a ton of videos on TikTok to watch. So we'll come back and we'll revisit those. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. The last few things, watch my short film. It's called The Curse of the Anasazi. I'm a small independent filmmaker, so go and support me. And you know what would also help is if you guys subscribe. Trying to build this family and trying to build my channel. And make sure to like and share this video. That definitely helps out a lot. And even if you're sharing with your dogs and cats, I would surely appreciate that, guys. I don't really know how to end this video, but I will grab my buddy in the back. I don't know if you see him. And you've seen him in other videos, I'm pretty sure. What should we name him, guys? I mean, we have to come up with a good name for him. Yeah, we'll have to come up with a name. I don't really know what to call him, so. Anyways, he'll talk to you guys and he'll properly end the video. I'll leave him here and he'll be talking to you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. See you later, guys. Bye.